All right, so we're going to do another lead example. I think for this one, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a CBD offer. This one did really well. I wrote it, and then it got into, ended up causing a bit of trouble because it was frankly a little ahead of its time. It was kind of before CBD became more popular and accepted, and it ran into some banking issues with the people who were doing the merchant processing for it. That then led to a pretty unfortunate situation. But that being said, the conversions on this thing were extremely good. And at one point this was doing, well, let me not talk about sales figures on video, but it was doing pretty well. So yeah, it's for CBD offer. And honestly, I don't think this lead is that special, but there's some cool stuff about it, and I'll kind of explain. So I'm going to read it, and then we'll go back and we'll kind of match it with the outline again. So it goes, Ivy League scientists have called it one of the most powerful pain relievers on the planet. Already a typo. Let me start over. Ivy League scientists have called it one of the most powerful pain relievers on the planet. Doctors are having astounding success using it for patients who have untreatable pain. They're giving it to the folks whom they've given up hope on, and they're shocked to see that after their patients use this, their suffering and aches begin getting better fast, in some cases overnight. This pain reliever is also completely non-habit forming, has no side effects, is 100% natural, and starts working in as little as 30 minutes, and is now finally legal in the United States for the first time since 1937, which is the year that 3 of the richest Americans in history spent millions of dollars in an attempt to ban this blessing from everyday citizens like you and me. More on that in a minute. It's not marijuana, but it is something top scientists are calling the biggest breakthrough in pain relief since the discovery of aspirin. In the last year, it's been featured extensively on Dr. Oz, NBC, CNN, The Today Show, ESPN, and dozens of other major news sources. And today, tens of thousands of people say it's helped with their nerve pain, joint pain, back pain, arthritis, and more. Former NFL and MLB stars, Army veterans, and Dr. Sanjay Gupta of CNN say it can make your discomfort and soreness seem to just disappear, and this natural breakthrough has been shown to aid with numerous other conditions and health challenges as well. In fact, what I'm about to share with you is so effective that the US government has actually patented it, patent number 6,630,507, and inside the patent, which was done by the Department of Health and Human Services, the government states that this incredible pain-relieving secret can act as an anti-epileptic and anti-seizure, is a powerful antioxidant, can assist in the aftermath of a stroke along with other traumatic injuries, can help support healthy vision, promotes healthy cells, and so much more. Now I'm going to tell you what this natural elixir for pain relief is right inside this short video, and I'll also show you all of the science behind how it works while sharing the specific clinical and double-blind studies that back everything I'm saying up. But before I do that, I do want to warn you, the drug companies who control American medicine do not want you to know about this. They're afraid that because this proven pain-relieving discovery is so powerful, yet safe, natural, and is so powerful, yet safe, natural, non-habit-forming, and dramatically inexpensive, that if this breakthrough, that if this breakthrough goes mainstream, it'll cost them billions in lost profits. As a result of all of this, I can't guarantee how long the solution will remain available to the public, or that it won't end up getting banned by big money lobbyists, just like it did in 1937. That's why it's vital you watch this presentation in its entirety, because while this solution can provide many with nearly immediate relief from the agonizing pain they've been suffering from for years, it may not be available for long. Okay, so let me give you all the details right now. Hi, my name is Adam, and it goes into here and tells a story, which kind of, the story really helps complement the lead a little bit, but I think this is enough to kind of get you through it. So, coming back to the outline, okay, well, problem, untreatable pain, pain reliever, pain people are giving up hope on. Sorry, I'm going to cut myself off there. All that kind of stuff. Promising solution, again, powerful pain reliever, untreatable pain. I mean, they kind of work in tandem here, right? Emotional discovery story. No, but it does go into an emotional story right after the lead with the story of this guy named Aaron. I guess one thing that's unique about this one is that was the lead I read to you, and then it kind of keeps going. In fact, I'll give you the rest of it, okay? Hi, my name is Adam. I'm a pastor who lives with my wife and 4 beautiful children, and the medicinal plant I'm talking about is hemp. Now you might be thinking it's crazy for a pastor and family man that a pastor and family man would be telling everyone he knows to start using a plant that's a cousin of marijuana. But the truth is, hemp is one of the most health-rich plants on all of God's green earth, given to us by nature to help with pain and dozens of other ailments. It's also legal in all 50 states, and it's impossible to get high off hemp because it doesn't contain THC, which is a psychoactive chemical in pot that gets people stoned. More importantly is the fact that scientists have now isolated the single most powerful natural compound inside of hemp, and folks who use this special compound are seeing even their worst cases of pain start to fade away in as little as 30 minutes. In fact, that's what happened to one of my close friends, Aaron, and I want to quickly share his story with you. Back in the 90s, Aaron was a Division I college quarterback, during which time he had some amazing games, but he also took one heck of a beating. The physical punishment continued after Aaron graduated too, as he made his way onto numerous NFL practice squads and also spent time playing in the Arena Football League. By the time Aaron retired from football in 2005, his body was in shambles. Aaron suffered from shoulder injuries, a bad back, destroyed knees, and swollen wrists. Plus, Aaron's hips were so bad that he had to get hip replacement surgery. What really made Aaron scared, though, was the fact that he was only in his 30s. If things were this bad now, what would they be like in his 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond? To make matters worse, Aaron was using painkillers on a daily basis, which were wrecking his liver and making him go through his days feeling like a drugged-out zombie. Maybe you can relate to some of this. Perhaps it hurts every time you bend over to pick up the paper. Maybe you can't play tennis or the piano or swing a golf club anymore without feeling terrible pain. Or maybe you're one of those people who is dependent on painkillers to get by every day. If any of those things describes you or someone that you know, then this next part will really excite you. You see, Aaron was miserable and he thought his life was ruined, but then Aaron discovered the all-natural hemp extract I'll be sharing inside this presentation, and suddenly, almost overnight, Aaron's pain was gone. Within days, Aaron says he felt 15 years younger, he had his youthful speed and agility back, and today Aaron even plays competitive beach volleyball, where he's frequently seen dropping to one knee and jumping back up, diving and leaping, and running around for hours at a time. Aaron does all this without any of the constant arm, hip, and back pain he'd suffered from for over a decade. If this hemp extract can work for a former NCAA Division I quarterback like him, you better bet it can work for you too. Of course, what you're probably asking is, well, yeah, but how does it work? So let me go ahead and answer that question for you right now. So honestly, I guess really that's the background story, because then after that, in the sales letter, it does go into like the mechanism. But, so yeah, I don't know. I guess you just got the bonus copy there for this one. But back to what we were talking about, calls out the problem, calls out the pain point, doesn't really tease the emotional discovery story, and it probably could have done that in here, somewhere maybe talking about Aaron's story. Contrarian nature of the mechanism, for sure. Just the fact that it's like banned, but it's not marijuana. Fascinations, not like in a pure classical sense, but the whole idea of it being patented by the government is totally like a little hooker fascination that you can have in there. And again, the banned since 1937 is a total fascination or curiosity thing. Credibility builders, well, the U.S. patent for sure. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, former NFL and MLB stars, Army veterans, a lot of that. Qualifiers, it works for everybody. Kind of talks about, well, the idea of if it works for all these people, it can work for you. So that's kind of a qualifier. And then we don't have any testimonials on this one. But beyond the outline, okay, why did this work so well? Part of it was just being ahead of its time. And it's strong promises. And at the time, CBD has pretty amazing benefits for people if it's the right CBD. One thing I think is cool that I did here, again, I like the idea it's legal for the first time since 1937, and which is a year that 3 of the richest Americans in history spent millions of dollars in an attempt to ban this blessing from everyday citizens like you and me. More on that in a minute. So, this is like pretty... I like that thing, but then I thought because people were thinking back like, oh, he's talking about marijuana, especially at the time where CBD wasn't as popular when this was written. So I love that line right there. It's not marijuana, but it's something top scientists are calling the biggest breakthrough in pain relief since the discovery of aspirin. So I think that's important because the thing is, if you're teasing something super obvious and you have to kind of acknowledge that it's not that thing, or if it is that thing, you have a problem. Or you have to explain why it's not what you think. So if you can't be like, it can help with your immune system and boost antioxidants, and people like to have it in juice, blah, blah, blah. People it comes from oranges. People are like, oh yeah, it's vitamin C. Cool, I can go buy it at the store, right? So you'd be like, but it's not vitamin C. Or if it is vitamin C, you'd be like, this is just a totally different example, right? But the same principle, you would be like, and yes, it has to do with vitamin C, but not the kind you can buy at the store, and I'll explain why in a minute. So that's like super important. Because, if it's obvious and people are going to be like, oh, I know what this is, and stop watching or reading. But yeah, and the patent thing is a great curiosity element. I think that's really good to have it in there. The idea of like people don't want you to know about this. I mean, it's always good when you can have that. It gets a little overdone, but I think frankly, Big Pharma doesn't like CBD, and especially at the time, there was a lot of resistance to it, including lobbyists. So I felt fine putting all that in there. So yeah. So what else is there anything else I should add to this? I mean, a lot of promises. You'll notice the big focus is on pain, right? But we do have other benefits from that patent, like anti-epileptic and anti-seizure, powerful antioxidant, can assist in the aftermath of a stroke. And we're not saying it's going to prevent a stroke. We're just saying in the aftermath of a stroke, it can make things better. Can help support healthy vision, promotes healthy cells. So we're adding some additional benefits that maybe if people don't care as much about pain, they'll still want to keep, watching or reading or whatever. More credibility, right? The specific clinical and double-blind studies too. But yeah, so that's important because you need to have one big sort of focus, one big problem that you're solving in the lead. But you can, if it helps with other stuff, you can tease that stuff too. You just can't try to be everything to everybody. So hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, so another one here, and we'll keep going. We'll do a couple more.